What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Honest Tattooer podcast, brought to you by Tattoo Smart, Tattoo Pro, and Steadfast Tattoo Supplies. My name is Jon Mesa. I'm with my co-host, Matt Truiano.
Hey, how you doing?
Our homie Ermes, welcome back.
Hey, what's up?
Matt Buck, welcome back to the podcast.
Good to see you again.
And our very special guest, Ruben.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you so much.
And also our little guy, Sebastian. Welcome back to the podcast, dude. Don't look too surprised. So, dude, so you've been here now working at the shop for about 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, I started on Tuesday.
Yeah. How would you say tattooing?
Wait. Do the whole thing. Your routine.
Oh, I know. I went straight into it because we've been talking. Yeah. I know. So, Ruben, for those that don't know you, let them know your name, where you're from, how long you've been tattooing, and what kind of tattoos you do.
All right, so my name is Ruben. I tattoo out of Copenhagen, Denmark. I got my own shop over there together with my buddy Chris, who you know, Jon. It's called Dropout. It's in Copenhagen, the middle of Copenhagen. And I've been tattooing black and gray realism for about 14 years.
14 years?
Almost 15 years.
Do you like the band Volbeat?
No.
Oh, come on. Oops.
Good try. No, I don't. I'm not a big fan of Volbeat, honestly. But I mean, it's catchy music. So
Yeah.
you can listen to it, but I wouldn't put on an album.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
It's the only Copenhagen band that I know.
Yeah. That's a shame.
So how would you say that tattooing in New York City differs so far from tattooing back in Copenhagen?
I mean, a lot of the shops that I've been at so far, it's been a lot of traditional shops. So it's a lot of traditional tattoos here, Americana tattoos, especially in New York. Mm-hmm. I would say in California, where it's been that's more black and gray, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like large scale black and gray realism. Here is more bangers, micro realistic stuff, line work, fine line, traditional.
Yeah.
From what I've seen so far. Now I saw Matt working today on a big piece as well. Mm-hmm. Really, really cool. So hope to see more of that. Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm starting a big sleeve, so yeah.
Nice. Dope.
So I came across your work, I feel like many years ago now. And it was with this like amazing piece it was like a statue and it had like this light source coming out of the top that was just like phenomenal, dude. Kudos to you. Cause that thing was just like, there's so much black and gray it's like something that I feel like a lot of people can really push it, and do it really well, but it doesn't happen all the time where one like draws you enough that you're like, stop, I'm going to look at this. Because I don't know, there's something about looking at things that just look realistic to me that maybe you guys, if you're not a tattoo artist, anytime you see something realistic, it's like super impressive. To me, it's sometimes like, I'm like, oh, it looks just like a photo. So it doesn't like really draw me in to like stop.
Yeah.
But like your work has like that kind of quality of like realism with the light, with the contrast and everything. But it has a sense of like, I don't want to say it feels painfully, but it feels like a tattoo. It feels illustrated.
Yeah, I get what you mean. What I'm trying to do in my style is make like a scene, like the way you would do a photo as well. You're making a composition based on foreground, background, and the main element, right? And then you build like a scene around it. So yeah, there's a lot of things to look at. Yeah, my tattoos are overly busy sometimes, but I just like details and
how much of the reference do you rely on, and how much do you kind of play with to make it your own?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm putting on the stencil that are really rough, and I try to deviate as much as possible. Mm-hmm. I try not to look at the stencil too much. I feel like if you're too locked up on the reference and you're combining a bunch of different references, it's going to be a hard time finding this.
Like single light source. And
right, yeah.
It's going to be kind of, you can tell that it's like from multiple references.
Exactly. You don't want it to look like a Photoshop tattoo. Mm-hmm. You want it to look like one big cohesive tattoo. So definitely figuring out your own way of shading and doing the textures, because a lot of the statues, they have different sort of textures and light sources to them. So you need to be able to do your own.
Yeah. So you do layering on your big pieces.
Yeah.
Do you figure out like the contrast a long way?
I think I figure out the contrast at the very last session. in the beginning, it's all about doing the composition right, getting the right size, the placement. And when that is done, then I can start thinking about, doing the right contrast and depth, pushing it back and forwards with magnums. So I can saturate some elements. They will go in the background, leave the skin tone, and it will come forward.
Nice.
So
all right.
I guess it's the same in any style.
Yeah. I feel like with your style, you have more room to play with layering, adding more black, adding more shading and texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the piece that you were working on maybe it was yesterday or the day before, that guy's whole front.
The front torso was incredible.
That was nuts.
That was the Buddha?
The Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was close to being done as well. I mean, we finished it up yesterday, so there you could see more of the finished work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been like 8 days I think I spent on it total.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours.
I mean, there's so much work there, dude. And it's like, did you shade everything with a fine liner?
No, I go over with the liner on this project. I did the liner first to map it out, and then I used the Magnum to push the elements into the correct depth.
Yeah.
So I used the Magnum at the very end. But I think it's nice to use both Magnums and liners in varying sizes.
For sure.
That's funny. I've been doing a lot of stipple shading lately, and I've been doing the opposite of what you just said. Like I'll mag in first.
Right.
And then I'll do a liner to kind of add some texture to it. But I want the mag to kind of give me like a field of gray, just to kind of get the whole thing
kind of laid
colored
out
in first, and then kind of texture it later.
Dope.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Doable.
Everybody's got their own technique.
Yeah. And I mean, I approach a lot of the black and gray stuff that I do kind of in the way that you do, in where I try to get really kind of the composition and kind of a nice kind of mid-tone and enough negative space balanced. And then as we start getting closer, then it's like, all right, now where's my solid blacks in this tattoo? What needs to be eliminated? What needs to be just like pushed as far back as possible?
Yeah.
And I'll do a combination of using like either a really big like 23 mag or just like a small liner to get.
Yeah.
But not even small, but small, I'm still talking like a loose 7 or not like a tight 3.
No, that's
like,
what I use as well. Always a 7. I never go to 3. I don't do 3s anymore.
Why?
It's just too tight and too time consuming.
It is.
Yeah. So I like to use more like a tight 7. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even like a 9.
Yeah.
But
just to get those bigger dots and you can saturate a little bit a bigger area.
It goes way faster.
Oh, for sure.
I always felt like using a larger needle grouping as far as like a liner to get that shading effect. It's much softer of effect. Like you don't get the same stipply texture. Yeah. You notice that too?
Yeah, 100%.
But that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when I see like your pieces online, dude, like they just look butter soft. And then when I saw it today and like in person, I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of texture there.
Yeah.
But then also probably as that tattoo ages, a lot of that texture is going to get even softer and smooths out.
I feel like that is in any style. You know, lines will flow a little bit, dots will flow a little bit as well, like spread in the skin.
Yeah.
So even if you have like stipple, it will last longer. So it will become more soft with a couple of years.
Yeah,
I would say.
It's same with American traditional when you do peppery.
That pepper,
looks great, and over time,
just gets soft.
Yeah. But I like the roughness in it. You know, also with the whip shading, I love that. It's nice.
Did you used to paint? I assume.
No, I didn't.
No way.
No, I don't paint. Well, when I was in school, sure, but I didn't enjoy it.
Huh.
I did a lot of, graphite pen drawings, a lot of that. But I don't do too much like art stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I like to build stuff though, like with my hands, like mold, clay, woodwork, stuff like that.
Nice.
So you do sculpture?
No, not sculptures. It's more, I would say, with wood, it could be like building small stuff from a garden at home or stuff like that. I love that. It's all crooked and not even. It's not perfect at all, but I enjoy it. Just to make things that are like
I love that.
a shape, you know.
I love that. I think that's like a good way to kind of, because the way that you're tattooing is the total opposite of that. So I feel like it's fun to let loose in a different way. And I think like if you're doing really tight technical tattoos who wants to do really tight technical work outside of tattoo? You're constantly in this state of like, just everything's precise. I'm like, dude, I want to loosen up.
Yeah.
And like, you know, do something completely different.
Yeah.
How did your style come to be? I mean, like 15 years ago, you decided to be a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And like, how did it go from, I want to be a tattooer to then finding yourself, finding your voice?
I think in the beginning, I did everything, you know, from script to traditional tattoos as well. I tried out some Japanese and I was so bad at it. I made like a dragon that had like the rainbow colors in it. Like all the scales had different colors. I did like, it was so bad. So yeah, I wasn't really good at it. What I could do was black and gray. That was just my thing. It came easy. I didn't have to prepare too much, and I could just show up and do like make the clients happy, you know. Mm-hmm. So that was what it was about. That was easy.
I think like it's sometimes the style chooses you, right? It's like, oh, this is what you're really good at. Like it feels right. It feels so you just want to do more of it.
Yeah.
And then luckily you met Chris, and Chris can do all the Japanese stuff.
I only have, you know what? I got tattooed by Chris. He did this portrait on me like 10 years ago.
Is that a Ron Burgundy?
That's a Ron Burgundy.
That's sick.
Sebastian's head in the way. I can't see it.
Look at that guy. Look at that. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the first tattoo that I got. That was black and gray. The only tattoo that is black and gray on me. The rest is all traditional.
I think it's interesting. A lot of your work is a lot of traditional stuff.
Yeah.
You know? It's like sometimes like guys that do like black and gray, they're like, oh, I just want this kind of style like on me. Like what draws you into tattoos?
Oh, that's definitely, it was the traditional Americana tattoos. Mm-hmm. The old school tattoos, that was definitely what made me interested in it. And all my friends back then did that sort of tattoo. So that's the people I hang out with, and I couldn't tattoo just as good as them. So yeah, I got covered in their tattoos. And they didn't want any stuff from me, funnily. You know, they didn't want it in black and gray, you know, so it was kind of frowned upon. But no, I couldn't figure out how to draw all this stuff to make it so simple and effective sort of way. So,
is that something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it something you still want to do?
Yeah. I want to like eventually stop doing black and gray. And like, you know, really start to learn how to draw and get good at traditional.
When you say learn how to draw, what do you mean by that? Because when we look at your tattoos, you know, you're doing these, like, it looks like master copies of, you know, Renaissance sculptures and ancient Greek sculptures.
Yeah, but that's what they are.
Tattoo as the medium, right?
Yeah, but that's what they are. They're copies.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make something that no one else has had before, no one else has seen before.
Yeah.
And that I think you need to know how to draw. And
if you didn't have, I'm going to get yelled at for this. If you didn't have a stencil to go off of to do your tattoo and you had to draw it on the skin instead, would you be able to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how to draw.
I mean, we saw him freehanding some flowers the other day on that torso. Yeah.
And those flowers were very loosely drawn.
Yeah, I don't like to follow the references too much. And in realism, you can get away with a lot of stuff. People think, oh, it's so realistic. But if you just hit it like 70% of the reference, it still looks good. The clients won't notice a difference.
I got a comment on one of my posts that I made on Instagram. Actually, the guy that I did the elbow, Rose, because the post that I made was of me drawing it first and then the final reveal of the tattoo. And the comment that I just received was this person said she really likes seeing the loose drawing of the design and then like a really tight version of the tattoo. And she's like, that's how you know that the person knows what they're doing.
Interesting.
I agree. Yeah.
Because like you don't have to worry about nailing it so precise on the drawing to the point where now you're not being artistic during the tattoo process.
Yeah, 100%. Right? I think that's where we need to be as artists. We need to create while we're tattooing.
Right.
And not like before we start tattooing. You can do a good design, but I always felt like the design was it's a sketch. And when I tattoo, that's the finished product.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
I do that. I cannot, if I try and put as much detail in the drawing and the stencil,
it'll be a mess.
It's chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all smudges up. So I build it. It's longer. It takes longer to tattoo, but it works.
But it works.
Yeah.
I agree.
Steadfast Tattoo Supply, owned and operated by professional working tattoo artist Frankie Porcelli, demanding top-performing materials, from the highest quality pigments and medical supplies to tailor-made needles and cartridges with true line weights. Steadfast also specializes in custom machines built from scratch in-house and offers professional or group machine building seminars. Steadfast does everything to keep you and your clients covered. Steadfast, supplies that work as hard as you do.
So, talking about designs, we have some designs that we're going to look at today that were sent by you guys, by some of our listeners.
That's right.
So, we're going to check them out and hopefully give you guys some good advice and criticism.
So we had a couple of people submit some stuff, and then a couple of people submitted a lot of stuff. But we're just going to pick one from each person. So if you did send multiple things, thank you for submitting everything. We don't have the time to go through everything. So we're just going to pick one from each artist. And let's start with the skull and mushrooms from Corey.
Corey Ryan.
So this is obviously digital, which right off the bat is going to make some people angry.
Yeah.
This is digital.
But I don't mind that.
I don't mind digital work.
One thing that I've been doing with my digital, and this has nothing to do with the actual drawing technique itself, but one thing that I've been doing lately when I'm done with a digital piece is I'll add a new layer on top of everything and just put a little noise effect over the whole design.
Just to get rid of that.
It really eliminates that digital look
feel to it. So digital.
He kind of did that in the background.
Yeah. But that looks like a brush that he just kind of...
Yeah.
So I have the same issue when doing color on Procreate or Photoshop. Everything looks way too smooth.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a new layer, just do a little bit of noise. It kind of takes away that obvious digital look to it.
All right. I'll say, I don't know, some things that I think are cool about it. At first, I think the way that there's that leaf that comes off of a spike on the chin at the bottom, that's pretty cool. I think maybe one more instance of that could have been cool to incorporate as well.
Well, he kind of does. If you look at like a lot of the mushrooms and everything are doing the same effect.
Yeah, but I mean, just like another leaf doing that.
Gotcha.
Well.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's cool how the mushrooms are doing that too. But there are some areas where the mushrooms are coming out of the skull that are kind of really bothering me.
Same. I was gonna say that the one that's on the left,
the cheek,
the cheek one. I don't mind so much the one on the outside border one, but the one that's on the cheek that's kind of just straight on.
It's right in the center of the...
right in the center of everything.
Yeah. And the one that's coming off.
Someone's stealing the show.
Blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, I agree, definitely. I feel like the mushrooms that is on the cheek, on the kind of the right cheek, just feels like it's very flat. It doesn't really follow the shape of the skull. And I feel like when you're doing traditional or neo-traditional like this, there's a lot of shapes and a lot of volume that you need to take into consideration. The other mushrooms that are kind of sticking out, those make good sense, like with the shape and you know.
I think something that's important when you're drawing a design that's meant to be traditional or just any kind of illustrative thing is if you're not making it look like the shape it's supposed to be, no one's going to know what that is. Like if you just crop those few flat mushrooms without the context of the other mushrooms to know that those are mushrooms, you'll have no idea what those are.
Yeah, like what is that?
So it's important to have everything look like what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Even if the reference, if you're looking at a piece of reference that they're flattened and you're just, that's what they look like. You have to take some artistic liberty and change that to make it more obvious for the viewer.
I agree.
The simpler, the better.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the same with the stuff going on inside the nose, the thing coming out of it. when I have questions to a design, like what is it? Then it's often something that is off.
Right.
So I don't want to have any questions when I look at the design. I just want to be like, oh, that's super cool. It shouldn't be like, what is this? What is that? And I think that thing inside the nose just makes me question, like, why is it coming? Like, what is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
I think I see where he's coming from with that, with trying to make like every bony like protuberance on the skull like really tweaked out and exaggerated, the way that he's got like the little spikes coming off the bottom of the chin, the way that he's got some spikes leading up into the mushroom. But on the nose, it doesn't feel like it's following exactly the same rules, which is why it's sticking out and glaring so much. It feels kind of like more like a scythe rather than like the whatever that bone is that separates the left and right half of the nose.
I think the big issue with that piece too that we're talking about right now is the perspective of it. Like the whole face is 3/4 view, but that particular bone looks like it's a side view.
Yeah.
True.
And the teeth, like when you zoom into the teeth, they all feel like they're flat. They lose that 3/4 kind of view, like especially the ones on the side. Like they look like you're still looking at a tooth from straight forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just darker, so that's giving it the effect that it's turning, but the shape of it are still flat.
Still flat.
Yeah. There's no overlapping.
There is no overlapping. I think, you know, these are the times when you just look at a real skull. Look at a real skull reference, and it's cool to, you know, make it look, you know, stylized, but it's still just get the angles right to those things.
Yep.
I will say I'll end it on another thing that I like. The color palette is pretty consistent throughout it and pretty minimal. And I like that he got that kind of minty green from the leaves into a couple moments within the skull itself.
How do you feel about the teeth being white though? And then
they could have been
specifically
yellow,
gray in the shadow.
Yeah, and maybe that's throwing me a little bit. Like either keep them the same sort of color as the rest of the bones, or maybe that with that yellow that you've got, that, you know, so like that caramel into a yellow, into a white would have been a better way to keep it with the color palette, because the teeth are, with that gray, they become cold and then they kind of stand out a lot.
Yeah.
And you've got other things that are standing out a lot, like the most intense color in here is the pink or magenta on the mushrooms, right? Like that's like really popping. Like everything else is relatively muted compared to that pink, but then everything else is pretty warm. But then when the gray is there, that becomes cool, and then that also is competing against all the warmth. So, you know, the mushrooms are kind of like the sort of the star, the co-star compared to the skull, but the teeth don't really need to be there as much, being called out with that cool color on them. So yeah, just warm that up with the rest of the colors that you got in there.
Yeah.
Last thing I would want to tell this person is just be a little bit more mindful with the use of white in your design. Just
thank you.
you don't need that much of it. You don't need white highlights in shadowed teeth that are they're supposed to be in the shadow, but you put white highlights there. There's like little white highlight dots in a lot of spots where you just don't need it. Less is more.
Yeah. So to go off that, one thing that I like to do when I'm doing digital painting is to, after I have my sketch done or my line work done, do a flat local color of everything, and then do another layer on the multiply mode, and then just put in your shadow layer. So like set it to half 50% gray, multiply just your shadows. And that way, that now is your shadow layer. You cannot go any brighter unless you decide to go on a new layer and add white highlights, which you shouldn't do. But just now you've established your shadow layer. Don't make anything super bright in that shadow layer. Keep that just the shadows and the darks, and it'll save you some troubles.
That's cool. Mind that, Corey. Good luck, man. I think this is, you're developing something. I think you're still working it out.
Yeah. Overall, I like this design. I think it's pretty cool. I like how it's stylized. I think the style is pretty neat. And it just needs a little bit of finessing.
Can I mention the yellow background?
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel.
Can I mention it?
I feel you don't really need it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you can take it off and it will look.
It would still look cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oakley dokley.
Oakley dokley.
Next.
All right,
Next.
Go to Mama Soda.
Mama soda.
Mama Soda.
What is a mama soda?
So you've heard of a mamacita.
Yeah.
So that's like a small mamacita.
Like a pretty one.
A big mamacita, it's a mama soda.
Okay. So it's a big mama.
Big mama, but it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
She could be like, like BBL, like she just be thick.
Double the love.
She could just be thick and lovely.
With how many C's?
But let's talk about this design. Okay. So right away, this design I'll give him kudos for this. It's done.
You did it.
You did it with pen. It looked like it was like a no sketch, a straight on. Mm-hmm. Just a pen sketch. This person did not double tap and go back on anything.
Yeah.
They committed.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like this person just committed to this design.
I would say just slow down.
Slow down.
It feels like it feels a little rushed. Those shading, which was supposed to be like the light shading to show some of the shadows in the mask. It's just scribble. Take your time. Move your I'm going to call them brush strokes, or if you want to call them your pen strokes, kind of move them in the direction that the form is turning and just make it even and consistent.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest issue when I see stuff like this is that if I were to define the style of this, I would be lost. Like, what even is the style? So I would rather choose to go for probably go for Chicano, and look at some Chicano artist, see how they make women. Put a mask on her if you want it, but do some nice script, look at some script artists and make a better, find a better style. I feel like it's just, a little bit, I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and study some different styles here.
I agree with you, man. I think like when I see this, I want this person to go back to establishing a plan. If you're sending this to us to critique, it means that you're saying like, this is my art.
Yeah.
Right. So I want you to go back to, what was your intent to make this art? Right. Like is it?
He likes Mama Soda.
He likes Mama Sodas. But honestly, I can't tell if that's a dude or a girl behind that.
Oh.
It's got.
You see boobs?
Yeah, that's cleavage.
That could be
I mean,
I don't know if that could be cleavage, bro. That guy could have been lifting some heavy weights.
Long hair, a bow. It's definitely a girl.
Yeah, I think so.
And the name too, right?
Yeah, but like I said, the image should show that, not just the word.
But I feel like when people feel I'm going to draw like everything that I think is really cool. I love knives. I love the movie Scream. I love Big Mama. So put them all together, and it's going to be a good tattoo. I don't think it's going to be.
The idea is great. So
So I'm looking at his Instagram. I don't think he's a tattooer. I think he's just someone who's trying to learn how to draw.
Sorry,
Right,
wants to draw.
So I think he's just early on in his drawing career, and it doesn't look like he's trying to tattoo. It says he likes tattoos.
Keep drawing.
Keep drawing.
Keep drawing. Yeah, definitely keep drawing and
Study.
more learn to make thumbnails of your drawings, of the things that you're going to make. And
penciling.
Yeah, you got a long journey of
pencil.
drawing ahead of you. But
That's good. We all started somewhere.
Yeah.
you all started somewhere. Absolutely.
So I used to do a lot of figure drawing, and I will just draw the models with a pen or markers, no pencil. And, it's less forgiving, but, it took years of just drawing with pencils to try that.
I've seen people do amazing, just only pen drawing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But like their very first layers of that, they're so light. Like it's built up so slowly before they hit these
Or you either
really
go
dark
super
tones.
soft or just
Yeah. Like what Ermes is saying, I've seen the other side of that, where people take like a brush marker and
dynamic. Boom.
Go crazy.
Everything has a purpose.
Dang.
So
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. All right, next up.
Next,
Little geisha rose, right?
The geisha rose, yeah. So the pinup, the babe coming out of the water is from the same guy.
All right.
Oh, okay.
This is Rodrigo Lopez Cristofanini.
These are fun, man.
They
I
are
like
fun.
these designs. These
Yeah.
are fun designs.
I love the geisha.
Yeah.
Super original with the boob. I haven't seen it before. You guys maybe have.
With the boobs.
I like it.
Boobs
Boob
coming
petals.
out. Yeah, those are super nice.
Yeah.
Very creative. Yeah,
Be like a
I think.
fashion trend.
Yeah.
A top that looks like
Yeah.
flowers for the booblies.
I think it's super clean.
Yeah.
I think it's well done. The one thing I don't like is just the jaggedness of the edges of the flower petals.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like the shapes of them,
Yeah.
but everything other than that, I really dig about
I
it.
dig it. I wish that the blush was a little bit more, like just like a little bit cleaner and kind of like a nicer gradient. But that's about it. But I know what it's supposed to be.
This could be really
a wash.
tiny too. It's hard to tell. So
Yeah.
into consideration also.
I really like it too.
Is she supposed to be a geisha though? Are we
Are we assuming?
assuming that? It's like
Oh,
Very geisha.
It is very geisha.
yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Like
She's got
what's
an updo?
the thing that's holding her hair up doesn't look like the geisha pins.
Is this the?
Oh, yeah, that could be cool to add to it if it was supposed to
Maybe
be
it was.
geisha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's rocking the bun.
Yeah.
She's working it.
Yeah.
She's working that up, dude.
It's okay. She's whatever you want her to be.
Yeah.
The girl,
Girl from anywhere.
the pinup girl. I like the pinup girl. I wish some of that shading was a little bit the light gray shading. I wish it was brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that was brown.
Yep.
I've done that mistake.
Yeah. Just
well,
give me brown. I'd love that design.
Maybe she's a corpse.
She's a dead corpse. For sure. Just
Yeah.
brown there, and she's in the water. Just a little bit of blue down there.
And some black shading in the hair.
And then the last thing, those little the glasses, the Lolita glasses, those things need to be either red or pink. I think it would be just pop. It'd look really cool.
Yeah.
I think the shape of the hand near her butt is fine, but the hand that's holding her glasses is a little
Wonk.
too wonked.
It's
Too
a
wonk,
little
yeah.
bit too wonk.
Could be a little more elegant wonk.
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say something similar. Like, typically, I'm a stickler about anatomy and proportions, but obviously in this style, it doesn't really matter that much. But that hand really does bother.
that hand is-
Yeah. It's because it's right by her face. So it just brings your eye right to that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's also tilting a little bit too much, like leaning forward.
Leaning
She's going to fall, right?
Yeah, she's gonna fall. She's like in the brink of falling here.
forward.
I think also maybe adding something more to it so it would look like she was in the water. It could be maybe something like a how do you say that ring people swimming like it's that thing they blow up to have around them. You know,
Tube
A little tube,
yeah,
but
tube,
yeah, a
yeah.
little tube.
something like that to kind of add to it.
or piranha.
A prawn, something with the water. But it's pretty cool.
So one tip going on what you were saying about it looks like she's leaning over. When you want to balance your design, if you draw a straight line from the head straight down, it should be over where like the weight is holding up your body.
Yeah.
So if she's standing on 2 feet, it should be between the 2 feet. If she's standing on 1 foot, it should be your head should be over the 1 foot that's holding the body up. Which this one's not.
But what if she's just poking her butt out right here in the shit?
Well, yeah, I mean that would still work.
That would be the only thing.
No, but
I feel like, okay, like if we didn't alter this pose at all and we just imagined what else was going on under the water, if she's standing on her right leg, all her weight's on her right leg and her left leg is bent back, like a cutesy little like kind of.
Our left or her left?
No, her she's standing on her right leg
On her right leg.
and her left leg is bent.
She could be kicking her foot up.
She's kicking her
Okay.
left foot up and she's standing all her weight on her right leg. Then it looks,
Yeah, maybe.
it looks
It would look, it looks
I'll
balanced.
balance it
That's
out.
true.
nah, I don't think so.
I kind of would like it.
I
if
think
she
it would
was
because
kinda,
she's leaning forward, but if her left
Oh,
leg
man,
is bent
look,
back,
I'm gonna
then as
act it
counterbalance.
out, right? I'm gonna act it out. So, girls like this, like
Right.
that, like
She's leaning
doing
forward.
This.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah.
you can't hold that pose.
Yes, you can
I'm in the
because
water,
because
like that.
because the leg
All
that's
right.
back is the counterbalance to the
Stick your
lead.
butt. Stick your butt.
It's like
There we
doing
got it.
this. Woo. She's doing like that.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
yeah, I win.
Matmut 10.
All right. Next up, Brandon.
Brandon says the painting.
This thing's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Wait, is this a painting or is it like
They
charcoal?
look maybe colored
Pencil?
Colored pencils, maybe.
Pastel?
I like it.
Pastels, yeah.
It looks like it's cut out paper, pasted onto a
You're right.
Mounted.
thicker textured yellow paper.
Yep.
I think it's super cool. I think there's just something with the whole frame that is so square. I think, having something like this would look cool. Cutting it,
bring it into the.
Yeah. Hold that right up to your camera so people can see what you're doing.
Maybe something like this.
Cropping it that way.
Cropping
Yeah.
it, right?
Check it out. Go like that.
Yeah. So, having the right positioning in the frame, because I think the picture is super cool. The story is super cool, but I think there's something with the placement of the imagery here. Kind of throws me off a little bit.
You're right. It's just an uninteresting composition.
Yeah.
And I feel like the purple pattern that she did in the background, this is Brandon, that he did in the background, I feel like was just an afterthought to try to fill up some space.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Whereas if you did what Ruben's saying, crop it, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so much on that bottom, that big black area on the bottom. Just so much of it.
I think that's also when you study like paintings, you will see compositions are all very, it's intentional where things are placed. It's not random. So they didn't just buy a square and start a painting right in the middle. They had this was right in the rule of threes.
Yeah.
Right. You would have it cut and it will be placed and stuff like that. I think thinking about stuff like this is important when you're painting. You have a definitive frame.
Yeah.
Then you need to be positioning things right.
You know what's really good to learn some cropping is to look at dramatic movies also, the way that they frame their shots.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good way to get some, because movies will oftentimes give you a different angle and a perspective that you wouldn't typically think of or you wouldn't find in a normal fine art piece. Maybe in some illustrations, but I don't know, the crooked angle or the upshot or something like that. It tells a whole different story.
For sure. A lot of the series that are called A24, I don't know if you've seen any of those. There's this whole series of movies that have been coming out. I think it's either on Netflix or HBO, but they're all freaking just beautiful. The last one that I saw from that thing is called Opus, and it's on HBO Max. Movie looks incredible, and it's about, is it Jon Malkovich?
The actor?
Yeah, the actor. Yeah. So Jon Malkovich is a superstar that starts pretty much his own cult, a celebrity, cult of celebrity, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's wild, but it's really, really good, but beautifully shot. A lot of tension, a lot of weird angles. You're whoa, this feels, the way that it's shot, it feels scary,
Yeah.
And I feel you can create moments of tension based on your composition.
For sure. Yeah. Don't just think about what the image is, but how it's the mood of it also.
Yeah.
And that a lot of that comes with the composition.
For sure.
Also, if you look at the movie Dune, have you seen Dune?
Yeah.
Every single shot is intentional. Everything is so well placed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be too much as well, I guess, but it's just so nice to look at.
Yeah.
Every single shot.
Yeah.
It's also slow.
Yeah. It's subtle. And
I was thinking Kill Bill when you mentioned photography on films.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the moments where when you're watching a movie, and Kill Bill is a perfect example of that it's so graphic novel happening, it's just
storyboards, this
action
angles.
shots where it's you have the hero pose, everything just has those exact moments where it's this looks sick.
And none of that's by accident.
No.
That's all planned out. So when you're designing something too, don't just sometimes go off your first instinct of oh, I'm going to draw something, I'm done, that's it. Play around with a couple of different designs and a couple of different compositions.
Especially if you're going to decide to spend a lot of time painting something, man. Take your time in that early stage of building that, because you're going to, once you start rendering and you start painting and you're going to spend 20 hours, 30 hours or something, they're oh, I rendered this beautifully, but this composition sucks.
100%. That's so important. You can't change the composition, but you can change the rendering as you go.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. I mean, all of the stuff we talked about, the movies and the picture here, it's all in a frame. But when we're tattooing, we're on a three-dimensional shape.
Yeah.
But we still have to think about composition, how we place stuff, how high it should be, the distance to get the balance.
The one thing about our medium that I think it's like all of these things that we talk about, they're all like very standard frames of how things are going to look. Every human being has different anatomy, shapes, and everything. And then, you know, so many times, like we were talking about earlier, like you can draw something. You're like, oh, this thing's going to look sick. You know, like the scales are going to draw this, everything. You put it on the, like, not on this arm.
Yeah.
Oh.
This looked great on my iPad, you know, but not on this person's arm. Everything is not exactly where it should be. So, you know, keep in mind that it's great to practice things on your iPad and draw stuff, but also keep in mind we were working with 3D canvas.
When you need to wrap things on legs and arms.
Oh yeah.
It's a totally different project, definitely. You know, you have to have a different mindset when you're tattooing than when you're just drawing on paper. Definitely.
I got so used to designing skinny vertical compositions for arms and legs that that's half the reason why that's how I do my paintings. Like, yes, I love how Luke and stuff is like skinny, but if I have to do like a square composition or even just like a standard like 16 by 20, like that dimensions just throw me off.
Like, whoa, what am I doing with all that extra space I got here? Dude, that's funny.
Oh, that's gonna wrap.
That's gonna wrap it. Cut that out.
Just need to tattoo a couple heavier guys and women.
Ruben, how do you lay out like your large projects, like big fronts, huge backs, especially since you're doing very, very complex, small subject matter within a huge composition?
Well, the first thing I do is that I do think about the composition and the placement as the very most important thing. So I leave enough room for the background and stuff like that. But I never do a full design and put it on. I only find the main figure and then I start tattooing it. And as I'm tattooing it, I'm interviewing the client, figuring out what we're going to do next. So I have no idea what I'm going to do until I start tattooing the first element. And then together with him, like the same with the Buddha that I did, I had no idea that I was going to do the food dogs or the background of it before we started the Buddha in the middle. Yeah. So as we were tattooing it, we're discussing it, and maybe that could be cool. So we're trying some different things on. It's very loose.
I love that. I feel seen because I like, you know, like that's always how I like to approach like very big pride. I'm like, let's put this. We're going to worry about all the other complementing kind of, but this is what the tattoo is about. Everything else, like, it's going to bring more into this.
So you find the main character and then you find supporting figures. It's like making a theater. You find your main figure. Okay, what can support it to make it look better? How do we make the surroundings to it? Should we have a light source to it as well? That would be cool. And then you just make a story. I think a story is important as well. Yeah. You have something that makes sense, you know, so.
Storytelling in tattoos, I think it's like what makes a tattoo go from being cool to being like, wow, that's like so sick. Like that's really, really good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite storytelling tattoos, shout out to Russ Abbott. He did back in, I'm going to say like maybe like 2013 or 2014. He did a beautiful full sleeve of like a stagecoach being robbed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it was so cool because you have like the stagecoach, the guys, the cowboys on top of the horses running, you know, it just created that whole move. You're like, oh, I can see this scene happening and playing out, you know?
There's some people that are so good at it. Matt Jordan, who does black and gray.
Incredible, dude.
Wild. But he goes like beyond to make his compositions, get like his friends in to do references and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Like all the time he dedicates before he starts tattooing as well is...
That's wild.
It's fascinating. Really, really cool.
That's incredible.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to Matt Jordan. Incredible. Yeah. Super inspiring.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite tattooers?
Well, Matt.
That's one.
Yeah. Carlos Torres, of course, another one. But there's so many. It's hard to mention everyone. There's one guy here in New York as well, Oscar
Cameron. Yeah, he's
amazing. Just work ethic. Who else? There's just a bunch of these Italian Chicanos as well that just does really, really cool tattoos. I love Chicano for some reason. It just looks nice.
Yeah.
But
what's the name of Poscolosco tats?
Poscolosco,
love that stuff. Yeah.
Mako, all these guys. It's really, really cool. I don't do Chicano myself, but it's really fascinating.
It's like Chicano, and then like the Italian Chicano now. It's like they have like their own kind of look to it.
Chicano.
That's it.
Japanese Chicano.
Japanese Chicano. Chicano. That's good.
But it must be amazing to be one of those guys that have just inspired so many artists, like generations of artists.
Yeah.
Like, I think Carlos Torres have done that.
I was absolutely. Carlos Torres is one of those guys.
Yeah. So just amazing. A big reference for me and so many others.
Yeah.
And one of the nicest dudes ever.
Yeah, 100%. What about you? Who's your references?
Man, some of my favorite tattooers, I would say Philip Liu, one of them. Of course, just like the first time I saw his work, I was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Also, Seth Wood, one of my favorite tattooers. I always name him because stuff just, it's like illustrative, but traditional, bold, strong, and dynamic. And I feel like those are the things that I really love about tattoos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's go around the room.
Oh
guys?
boy.
Chris Garver.
Garver.
What do you like about it?
Garver? I
Yeah.
mean, his stuff is just so powerful. It's so well drawn.
Yeah.
When I worked at 5 Points with Garver for about half a year, and watching Garver draw just off the rip was mind blowing. You know, it's the way like when you have friends family who can't draw and they watch you draw and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I couldn't even draw a stick figure. I'm just mesmerized. Like that's how I felt watching Garver draw.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I'm going to say something super controversial right now. I respect the shit out of Garver, and I know that he is a very good artist. I don't like his stuff.
Really?
very controversial.
I don't like it.
Controversial
All right,
take.
you can leave.
I can appreciate it. I think that he tattoos amazingly. Like his quality of tattoo work is good. And even his drawing, like for the style that he's drawing, it's drawn well. I just don't like it. It's just not.
Yeah, I feel
for
like,
me.
yeah,
I don't know.
there's tattooers also that I like, that I like their work, but I wouldn't necessarily like, oh, I wouldn't put that on me, but I like it.
Yeah. That's how I feel about his.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I wouldn't put that on me, but I really do like it.
That's how I feel with Japanese.
With certain
Like,
Japanese
yeah,
tattoos.
like leg sleeve, arm sleeve. When it's well done, I just love it. But I don't see myself having it. I don't know.
Yeah, like I love Nisako. Do you know that?
Oh
Yeah. I saw his work.
love
in-
that, dude.
I saw those bodysuits in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Just insane.
mind
So
blowing.
The
immaculate.
layering.
It's just so wild how it's so clean, like in every single
Everywhere.
part of it, everywhere. But that you will see that in a lot of those Asian tattoos. It's just like everything is just like, it looks like it's been like
Machine.
1,000 hours. Yeah, it's flawless.
It's
like
flawless.
Elbows that are fully saturated with like intricate details, like a tiny little color mandala in bright magenta or something. It's just like, whoa.
What?
Yeah, it's super cool. But I think also it's nice to see, for example, Garver. I love his work because he's also such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I like his work more because of his person.
Absolutely.
So
The
it's
personality.
Yeah, personality just drives the work as well, I think. I also see some work where I love them on Instagram, but I meet them in real life and they're kind of like a little bit jerks. Like, I'm not sure I like your work anymore. Because
Like you.
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it's hard to separate, you know.
The art.
It's funny because I can absolutely do that with like music.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that with music. They're like, oh, dude, this singer's an asshole. I'm like, dude, he slaps. This, you know, like I love this. But with tattooing, it would be a little harder to do. If I like really loved a tattoo artist, oh, I love this work, and then I met him and he was a dick, I'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you really liked a tattoo artist, you looked up to his work, you never met the guy before, and like, oh man, I'm gonna get tattooed by this guy. And then you go get the tattoo, and the entire session, he's just a fucking asshole.
Oh, that's the worst.
And now you got to live with this like energy of asshole tattoo on you.
Like a crypto bro just talking about wild theories.
I've covered up good tattoos because of that.
Yeah,
really?
I believe it.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've never done it, but I've heard it from people like, yeah, I've covered up good tattoos because people were just like, had a really bad experience that they couldn't shake off.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you're saying that too, I've done that also. I've had a guy who had a full back piece by an artist I'm not going to name, and it was really, really good. And then the guy was like, "Oh, this guy slept with my girlfriend. I just don't want this."
Ah, dude. Wow. Well, yes. That'll traumatize you right there, dude. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Let's see. Am I next?
Oh yeah, go.
I don't know. I have like Philip Blue. I feel it will be an unreal experience to get tattooed by him.
For sure.
But I have like some younger guys. I really love their work. Like Richard Smith is one.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I hear he never comes to New York.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
When he does, he like sneaks it.
Oh, dude, it's like for like 24 hours in and out,
Yeah.
dude.
Cool. Let us know.
Yeah.
And there's a Brazilian guy I really like, Don Braga, but younger guy, but he does like engraving and etching.
Yeah.
I wish I could tattoo like him. I cannot tattoo as clean, but I'd love to get tattooed by him too.
There's also this girl in Miriam. Her name is in, is it Brighton? I believe with Matthew James in the shop.
UK.
I think it's Matthew James' wife. I'm not quite sure. But she does amazing engraving tattoos. If you don't know her, I'm going to show it.
Cool.
I met her in LA last year. This really, really sick work.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to show it. Really cool.
Well, guys, you guys heard us all say our favorite tattooers. If
I
you have a
say
favorite
mine.
tattoo, oh, you didn't say yours
Cut
yet.
me off all the time.
Oh shit, my bad, dude.
Garver?
Chris,
Chris Garver.
So I am always looking at Prim's work,
Yeah.
Daniel's Bouthie,
Yeah.
Krish. All these guys are like neo-traditional.
Lord Lips.
Yep. And Tony Donaire.
of course.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love those Spaniard neo-traditionalists.
Yeah.
They had a convention one day and they were like, guys, we're all using yellow. Everyone, this is the yellow right here.
It's probably not legal in Spain. Spain are strict about it. It's in this coffer underneath the church. This
Is the special yellow.
Yeah.
Not to be sold in stores.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
they're super strict about the rules in Spain.
Isn't it all Europe?
Yeah, probably, but I feel like Spain is even worse. You have
Really?
to tattoo in like a booth, like inside. When you go to conventions in Spain, you have to be inside your own little like tiny glass booth.
Do you remember that, John?
Yeah.
The Barcelona.
In Barcelona, you have to be in your own little glass booth.
And they had a sink in each one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Imagine that. What a logistic nightmare if you're a convention thrower and you're like, everybody needs their own little tiny sink. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, in Greece, they don't supply anything. No,
That's good.
No table clothing.
No tables.
It's, not like-
It's just, this is your room right here. This is your square.
it's like,
Here's an empty hall. Have at it.
Dire times.
and then you come to the States or anywhere else and you're like, oh, cool, I have like a backdrop. That's so
I
great.
have a backdrop. Man, that's funny.
You're giving me ink and stencils, shit.
Oh, yeah. You get a bag of stuff.
Yeah.
What are the best conventions here? Like, if I want to hit up some conventions in the US, I just got my visa, so I want to travel there more.
I haven't done a lot. I'll say Hudson Valley,
Yeah, Hudson Valley's great.
which you missed, was really good. Asbury Park, which is happening this weekend. I went last year after hearing everyone ranting about, and it was really fun. Fun and good, you know. I don't know.
Asbury this year is a different location though, so
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how it's
How
going to
that
pan out.
goes for sure.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
The Asbury Park Convention, but where is it?
In Long Branch.
Long Branch.
So it's in the town right above it. So we'll see how that goes.
How that goes.
When Asbury was done on the boardwalk, that was fun.
That was really fun.
And then they moved it to the hotel, and I stopped going before they did that. And I heard it wasn't as great.
I don't know. It's fun. The beach is still right there.
Yeah.
We have a pool. Now they're making a fancier hotel. So the hotel has 3 pools. I'm not staying in the hotel because it was just insanely expensive.
That's the issue with certain conventions, man. It's like, man, I feel bad for the people that come and do conventions here in New York City because hotels are expensive as fuck here.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
It's the one thing we didn't have to worry last year.
Yeah.
What makes a good convention, really? Like, why do we do conventions as artists?
I mean, I feel you want it to be busy, like with people, not just artists. You want to see good artists that maybe they're traveling from far away and you haven't seen. And, you just want to do cool tats.
Yeah. I think also networking is, like you said, super important.
But, for me, if I'm meeting a lot of people, that's like a completion.
Man, in different times of my career, I feel like conventions were had different purposes, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Like early on when I was doing conventions, that was the way to get your work out and get your name out and to be able to go where you knew magazines were going to be at so they could photograph your work. And so you could, get more clients in other places if you wanted to have that kind of career. But since then we have the internet and Instagram and all that stuff. So like, I don't think that that's necessarily the purpose anymore of like getting your work out. I mean,
still helps.
But
does it though? I don't know.
I would say it's easier to get guest spots if you have met some people at the convention.
Yes.
Right. Invite you
Networking.
Networking. I think that's super nice. You can at least open up some opportunities, open up some doors. We do that all the time when we travel.
We brought Andy at the show. Next thing you know, we're in Chicago tattooing at the convention.
And also a lot of people would go to conventions to get, new equipment, new supplies, or get supplies at all. Now you can just get all that shit to you so fast.
Yeah.
Hey, I kicked the camera, Ruben's camera.
It's
that
a
okay?
camera.
He's still good.
Okay, sorry.
There was the Westchester convention that used to happen at the county center. There was one shop, I think they might have been from Ireland. Maybe Ireland. They used to come down to the convention every year and they would get like 4 or 5 booths.
Dang.
And they would just have like 12 artists working this convention. And I would talk to them every year. They were great guys, drunk as shit the entire time. And they would tell me that if they had to divide the percentage reasons of why they were at the convention, like 80% of it would be because they just want to come in and buy Eternal Ink. Like 20% would be like, let's just do the convention or whatever. But 80% of the reason why they would come by was
buy ink.
Just stock up on Eternal and just drive it back because they can't get it while they're
Did they do it last year in Brooklyn, the convention? There's a bunch of Irish.
I know the people that you're talking about. No, that wasn't that. But maybe they did it also.
That's true. I thought the same thing. Okay. I was like, maybe it's because they knew Donald.
Yeah. No. But I thought that was hilarious. They would go home. They would bring an extra suitcase
just for ink.
Just for ink.
Jesus,
that sounds
they would
crazy.
Get thousands of dollars worth of ink. Just bring it back.
Damn.
Because they would only do it once a year. They would buy ink once a year for 12 artists.
Just use Starbright. Come on.
Like, Eternal's the only thing that's great. Can't get it over in Ireland.
Wow. That was a good Irish accent.
Eternal is pretty good.
Eternal is good.
Eternal is pretty good.
That's all I
don't do color, so hey.
Lucky you.
What are they even talking about?
Yeah, like what is this? I traveled 1 bottle of black.
I used color yesterday.
Nice.
About that?
You did. What did you do? 1 red dot.
I did. That was a couple days ago.
The start of that leg sleeve.
Like a shark, like American traditional shark.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Small banger.
I always found it really funny when I see black and gray artists with sponsored by Eternal in their bio.
They just got that black, dude.
That gray wash set.
Brightest colors ever. That's their like slogan. Oh, it's great.
But you should do conventions in the US.
Yeah, I'm planning. I want to do some. At least I want to do the ones in California and see if I find something near New York.
I feel the smaller ones are better. I don't know, for me.
Yeah.
And if you win in the competitions, you can be an award-winning artist on your bio.
That's so ridiculous. Richmond Tattoo Convention, great convention to do. Also, our buddy Tony Rommel is putting on a tattoo convention from Tattoo Society, and I've seen the roster of artists that's coming to that show, and it's going to be here in Brooklyn, and it's actually really, really good. So
nice.
That's October? When is that happening?
yes, it's in October, and we will be there. Or I will be there for sure. I don't know if I can get Matt to go, but
I didn't know I was invited, but okay. Yeah.
Have you guys been to some of the European ones?
I've been to some. I've been to Milan a few times.
Nice.
Geneva,
Yeah, Barcelona,
Florence,
Tattoo Convention,
Greece.
Bristol. No, not Bristol.
Brighton.
Brighton show.
Yeah, the Brighton Tattoo Convention. That was fun.
nice.
I did London one year when it used to be in the tobacco docks.
Right. Yeah. I didn't get to do that.
That was a cool one.
Yeah, I heard.
You ever do Brussels?
No.
I remember
That's
being
the only Brussels.
Do you have a convention in Denmark?
No, not really. We need one, but yeah, it's been issues with the bikers and stuff like that. Well, there's some in the outside of Copenhagen, but I feel like we need one in Copenhagen, like the biggest city.
In the big city.
But
Would you ever consider doing it yourself?
no, no.
Somebody do
It's
it.
too much work.
It is so much work. Every time I
I
hear
respect all the people who organize that stuff so much. I can only imagine how much, with all the artists, they're answering late and don't pay their due,
oh yeah.
There must be so much logistics.
That's why bikers do it, because nobody fails to pay them.
I get it. No, but there's, I feel like we need some better conventions in Denmark, but who knows in the future.
Wow.
Maybe you can help.
Yeah, I would love to help with whatever I can do.
Well, before we leave, we want to ask you guys, who are your favorite tattoo artists? Let us know in your comments down below. And if there's a tattoo convention that you think is amazing near you, let us know as well. Maybe we'll come to it.
Cool. So what I want to do, let's do an after show. We haven't done one in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
This time, I'm going to send you guys all another drawing. And this is a piece that I did in 2013.
Sick.
So if you guys want to see these guys rip apart my drawing, sign up for the Patreon, which you can check out at patreon.com/honest-tattooer. Any level of subscription will get the after show, and you'll get this one of the critique of my work and all the previous episodes before then too.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the after show, hopefully. See you next time.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.